Hi, it's Whittney with Self Property Advisors. We are back to talk about what happens next when you have one of those contracts that falls through. So deadlines are everything, and your earnest money is either on the line or you're getting it refunded. And why it is so important to make sure your deadlines are in place when you have an appraisal issue or a financing issue is because that earnest money is at risk. If you fall outside of your contingencies, the buyer does not get their earnest money back. That goes to the seller. So make sure you have an agent that is on your side watching those deadlines for you. We personally have closing coordinators that are in place to make sure no deadline is not met where it needs to be. Also, there's an option for renegotiation. So say your appraisal comes in low, this is an opportunity for your agent to reach out and see if they can do a rebuttal with the appraisal company if they want to try to fight it, or if the seller's willing to come down on the appraisal, or maybe the buyers have additional funds from a 401k. They really love the house and they're willing to pay over appraised value to make sure that the deal works. So there are times when you get a happy ending with that if there is an issue with termination. Next up for the buyers is, can you move to the next house? You absolutely can move to the next house. Now, that is going to determine, did you lose your earnest money? Do you have additional money for the next home? Because when you get into your next property, you're going to be putting down additional earnest money as well. So yes, you can move forward. Things didn't work out with the old property. You have the availability to move forward to the next one. Now we're going to talk about what does it look like for a seller when the deal falls apart. So first off, that home's going back on the market. It's a sad day for you. I get it. I understand. But it does go back on the market. It's opened back up to all the other buyers. It could be, if you were in multiple offer situations, your agent would want to reach out and let those agents know that the home is going back on the market for whatever reason, and to see if you and your buyers are still available for that property. So with the buyer pool. Now, when a house goes back on the market, a lot of times buyers are like, wonder what happened? Why did it go back on the market? Was it a bad inspection? What's the situation? And the agent would have to kind of direct on where they need to advise what happened. If it was an inspection issue and there's some new things that need to be disclosed, you as a seller may need to fill out a new seller's property disclosure. If it was an appraisal issue, the appraiser came in low and y'all couldn't come to terms, now that may be an opportunity for you to readjust your price, because now you've just got an appraisal. If you had an FHA buyer, that appraisal sticks with your property for 6 months. So just know that if you were under contract with an FHA buyer and the appraisal comes in low, it's probably best interest for you just to go ahead and lower the price unless you're going to wait it out for 6 months. Or you could hope for another appraisal to come in and you would only be able to accept a conventional cash offer, a VA, because the FHA, it's held with the FHA and it's held with that house for 6 months. So just know that when you are dealing with buyers that are coming in and offers that are coming in, if an appraisal comes in low and you want to stick to your value, you feel your value is where it needs to be, the next time you get ready to put it on the market and accept offers, it needs to be cash, conventional, VA, USDA, okay, not an FHA, unless you're willing to reduce the price and go to the FHA appraised value. For both of you guys, it's contract timelines. They really reset. Everything just is washed, set apart. Unless you're renegotiating, you're starting from scratch. Buyers are starting from scratch on trying to find another home, and sellers are starting from scratch on trying to sell your home. And I understand that makes emotions run high for everybody. The agents, everybody that is involved, that's put time and effort into your home. When a deal falls apart, it's not a good thing. And we really try here at Self Property Advisors to hold deals together as much as possible. And that is why it matters so much about the agent that you partner up with to either help you sell your home or help you buy your house. So if you need us in the future, 770-597-2888. Thanks. Bye.